Many women are encouraged or expected to adopt more masculine behaviors, especially as we move into leadership roles. We'll look at how, as women, the more we become aware of our innate feminine and masculine powers, we can integrate them for our individual and collective benefit. Learn about the divine feminine and how this understanding and awareness can restore balance in our world. And men, I urge you to watch, listen, and learn. There are lessons here for you too.
Hi, I'm Jenny Clark, a conscious leadership expert who spent 2 decades in executive recruiting and talent management. Having worked with giants like Google, Spencer Stuart, I discovered that the secret to transformative leadership lies in the 5 dimensions of conscious leadership. And I'm here to help you unlock your full potential. Join me on this channel as we embark on an honest and vulnerable journey together and become the kind of leader that genuinely inspires organizational transformation.
I have a few ways you can get involved in this conscious community. First, I've created a free career map to help you uncover your next career move. Second, I've created exclusive content for you with a community of like-minded leaders. And lastly, I send out a free newsletter every week. To learn more, check out the description of this video. A few clarifying points and definitions. Femininity is described as the behaviors, attributes, and roles associated with women and girls. It can carry with it countless interpretations and stereotypes based on age, culture, sexual orientation, and identity. Physically, people of all sexes and genders have every kind of reproductive hormone, albeit in different amounts. There are no male or female hormones. Similarly, humans carry both masculine and feminine energy and tendencies. Now, the divine feminine is a spiritual concept that has recently gained increased attention. It refers to the feminine energy in all of us, regardless of gender identity. The divine feminine represents that nurturing, compassionate, and intuitive qualities often associated with femininity. These same qualities are the essence of what many are referring to as important leadership characteristics such as empathy. Proof that women have great power, untapped power in the workforce. I was somewhat of a tomboy growing up. I was 4 years old and I was as tall as my brother who was 2 years older. I think he always resented me for that. Anyway, at my height now, 6 feet tall, probably contributed to me relating well to boys and later men. Neither an athlete, though an athletic build, I could hold my own on the playground. I think that was an indication of things to come in the corporate world. Now, I was a daddy's girl, and he would probably have said that I had him wrapped around my finger. His kindness and firmness influenced me greatly. He was not to be manipulated. Now, make no mistake, my mother was a force to be reckoned with. She was highly intelligent, kind, and tough. And she and my father had a great, loving partnership that was rare for their generation. I inherited my mother's sense of style and feminine sensibilities, including her strength, empathy, and intuition. I was naturally strong-willed and pretty fearless, which served me well when I decided to go into business. I was, however, as a woman and a woman of color, all too aware that I would not always be welcome in some arenas that I chose to operate in. Somehow, I had chosen industries that were male-dominated: banking, commercial real estate, executive recruiting, professional services. I learned a lot in the preceding 10 years, but now I found myself in my 30s, the divorced single mother of a son. I had to really decide how I was going to play the game. Both my parents had passed away. They'd married later in life, but their influence and lessons lived on. After they passed, I sought spiritual guidance and practices to feel closer to them. These practices, like meditation, provided insights and gave me a grounding that has served me well in business and in life. Since that time, I've come to understand the history and dynamics of male dominance and how masculine energy in our society has led to an imbalance and a lack of harmony on our planet, not just in the workplace. The power of the divine feminine lies in its ability to create balance with the masculine energy that has governed strength, power, and control, often at the expense of feminine qualities and insights. By embracing sacred femininity, the divine feminine, we can tap into personal and collective creativity, compassion, and courage for everyone's benefit. So here are some things for you as women to think about, for you to fortify yourselves for this journey. And men, consider your role in supporting or impeding women along their work and life journeys. We need each other now more than ever to move past the limiting gender dynamics and paradigms that are no longer serving us. Here's some lessons. First, hold up a mirror. Tell yourself how amazing you are. Look at what you've accomplished and give yourself a hug. Seriously. Now take a deeper look in the mirror. Are you being honest with yourself about what you stand for, how you're showing up? What are you willing to say and do to be heard and seen and to create change? Do your behaviors reflect how you expect to be treated? Know your value. Even more than your financial value, be able to articulate your competencies. I consider them to be more than just skills. They're skills, knowledge, and ability. And the value, as in expertise, experience, insights, empathy you bring to the role or to the project. Reject assimilation. Do you. The workplace sends strong, often silent messages of conformity and assimilation. When I came out of business school in the 80s, we wore skirted suits that mimicked men's suits. I learned to assert my own sense of professional style with color and accessories. I always honored the quality standards, but often rejected some of the outdated expectations for behavior that didn't align with who I was and am. You don't have to make a big deal out of it, just do it confidently. You can't wait for the system to change. You change it one day, one person, one interaction at a time. Recognize the double standard. What works for your male counterparts won't necessarily work for you. For men, being assertive is often rewarded. Women who are assertive are considered a threat or aggressive. It might take some finesse, but play the game to your advantage and seek allies, including male allies, to expand your sphere of influence. And call out the double standard when you see it, respectfully and professionally. Set limits. As women, we often face inappropriate overtures. Men do too, I think, but probably not as prevalent as for women. I've had my share of colleagues and clients make subtle or overt advances, and in some cases it means putting physical distance between you to signal a lack of interest. In other cases, firm words, "I'm not interested," and report any threatening behavior to HR or security if in a public place. So here's what I want you to take away from this discussion. Femininity is a strength, and many of the associated behaviors are needed in the workplace, and for that matter, in society, to restore balance in the workplace and the world. Women, lean into your divine feminine to fortify your confidence and influence. Men, tap into your divine feminine too. There's evidence all around us that historically male characteristics and dominance have run their course, and traits and insights previously considered feminine are needed to reestablish cultures that support all genders, sexual identities, and orientations. I know firsthand how taking that first step can be the catalyst for a life-changing transformation. I remember the moment I decided to harness my own strengths, and it made all the difference in my career. That's why I've created a career mapping tool just for you to help you uncover your unique competencies and leverage them to design your own career map. Take the first step towards your next level by clicking the link in the video description, and let's start this incredible journey together.